cube root of 8 is 2, and then x cubed. Well, the cube root of x cubed, we divide that exponent by 3, we get x. Cube root of 27, well, the cube root of 27 is 3. So that's how we form that first term. Okay, let's show it down here with a subtraction. So, cube root of 64 is 4, cube root of x to the third is x, cube root of 125 is 5. Okay, now, for the second term, the trinomial, it's just following a pattern. So let's show that pattern. Okay, so here we go. To get the first term, notice here it goes from a to a squared, a to a squared. So we are going to square the first term, so 2x squared. But remember, when we square something, it means multiplying it by itself. So 2x times 2x is 4x squared. Okay, down here, again, it's a to a squared. So 4x times 4x. Well, that's going to give me 16x squared. Okay, the next term is ab. So in other words, we multiply these two terms together. ab, we multiply these together. But notice something. When this was a plus b, this became negative ab. When this was a minus b, it became positive ab. So we multiply them together, but we have to negate or switch that sign. So here, if I do 4 times negative 4x times negative 5, I get negative 20x. Well, we have to switch that sign so it would cancel if we were to multiply it all back together. So then I would write the opposite sign, which is 20x. Up here, I'm going to do 2x times 3. Well, 2x times 3 is 6x. So I need to negate or I need to cancel that. So I'm going to write negative 6x. Okay? And then for that last term, notice how it went from b to plus b squared. Negative b to plus b squared. Okay? So we're going to take that last term and square it. So we're going to do 3 squared, which is 3 times 3, which is 9. So I write plus 9. Now notice what happens here. When I do negative 5 squared, it's negative 5 times negative 5, which is a positive 25. So that last term has to be a positive because we're just squaring this term. Well, if you do a negative times a negative, you get a positive. All right, so that's our pattern. And every time here, we should have a binomial followed by a trinomial, binomial followed by a trinomial. And really, that's all we're doing. So just to show a couple more examples of that same pattern. So you want to learn the patterns, okay? So x cubed plus y cubed is just going to be x plus y, because I do the cube root of the first number, which is just x, keep the sign the same, cube root of the second number. Now that I've gotten here, I create my second term just off of this. So I do the first term times itself. So x times x is x squared. I do these two terms times each other. X times y is positive xy. I need to cancel it, so I do negative xy. Y times y is y squared. So then there we go. Boom. Okay, so now I'm just going to follow that pattern to do this example. So x cubed plus 64. Well, the cube root of x is x. Keep the sign the same. Cube root of 64 is 4. So now I'm going to create that second term, the trinomial, just based off of that first binomial. X times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. I'm going to do the opposite, negative 4x. 4 times 4 is 16. Boom. Okay, so our difference of cubes, you just do the same thing. Cube root, same sign, cube root, so x minus y. Now I'm going to do this times itself. X times x is x squared. This times this, which is negative xy, I need to cancel it, so I write plus xy. Negative y times negative y is plus y squared, because remember, a negative times a negative is a positive. All right, now let's do it with a number. So here I see x cubed minus 8. So the cube root of x cubed is x. Keep the sign the same. Cube root of 8, 2. X times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. I need to cancel it, so I do plus 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. And there we go. And then really from here, everybody, all it is the same pattern over and over and over again. You just need to recognize that you have sum or difference of cubes. The only other thing is we still need to look back like we did from lesson 5 for a GCF. So let's show one here with a GCF, okay? All right, so sometimes you have to do this with a GCF, all right? So I just want to show these two examples for you here. So here we see 8x to the third plus 64, okay? Now, before we just do this problem, take out the GCF. So can't we divide both of these by 8? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to divide by 8, and now we get x cubed plus 8, okay? Well, now we just keep the 8 out here, and all we're going to do is factor what's left. So cube root x cubed is x, keep the sign the same. Cube root of 8 is 2. And now x times x, x squared. X times 2, 2x, so we cancel with negative 2x. 2 times 2 is 4. There we go. So to show that with another example here, notice here this is x to the fourth plus 27x. So what I'm going to cancel or take out of there is going to be an x. Okay, so I take x out, now I'm left with x to the third plus 27. Okay, so I keep the x hanging out on the outside, and now we're going to continue to do the pattern. So cube root x cubed is x, keep the sign the same, cube root 27 is 3. I'm going to do x times x, x squared. I'm going to multiply 3 and x, I get 3x, I cancel it, so I switch the sign, negative 3x. Then I do the 3 times 3 is 9. So notice with my answer, I just include that x out in the front. And now we just have its difference, but with the DCF. So here I have 3y cubed minus 81. I divide the 3 out first. I get left with y cubed minus 27. Well, okay, I just keep the 3 staying there. And otherwise, I'm just factoring this the same way as I did up here. So now, the cube root of y cubed is y. Keep the sign the same. Cube root of 27 is 3. Y times y is y squared. Y times negative 3 is negative 3y, so I'm going to put plus 3y. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9, so then there we go. Okay, divide a 2 out here. 2, x cubed minus 8. And then notice, the x cubed minus 8, we already did that, right? So here you go. 2, cube root of x is x. Keep the sign the same. Cube root of 8 is 2. X times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x, so switch the sign to positive 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, and then there we go. Okay? And then as you see down here, it's just similar things, just maybe, hey, the numbers are switched in the terms of the order. Or here we have a GCF that has a number and a variable, but it's still following that pattern, okay? So sum of cubes you're adding, you follow the pattern here that we discussed. Difference of cubes, okay, means it's subtracting, you follow the pattern here that we discussed. And if you see it, you always are looking to take that GCF out first. All right, I hope this helps.